Introducing Carl's Jr.'s $5 All-Star Meals. Loaded with satisfying classics. For just $5, you get a charbroiled double cheeseburger hot dog and, oh yeah, fries, drink, and a fresh-baked cookie. Or a double cheeseburger, a spicy chicken sandwich, and what? The fries, drink, cookie thing again? Or hand-breaded tenders and, spoiler alert, fries, drinks, and cookies for days, y'all. All for just $5. The $5 All-Star Meals. Stop by Carl's Jr. and get yourself one today. Price of participation may vary. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Tax not included.
Blog Talk Radio.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the talk show, Uplifting Communities, Ohio. And I tell you, we got a show for you guys today. But before I go any further, I would like to bring your guests on air and Miss Shakena Robinson. And this lady here is powerful. Go, Miss Shakena.
Hey. Welcome to Uplifting Communities, Ohio. I am your host, Shakena Robinson. And today I have brought on an amazing guest. She is an A&R for the infamous Chuck D. She is humbled but completely powerful. She has an amazing movement going on, and I thought it would be great for you guys to listen. Miss Leeia Henderson, could you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hey, Shakena, how you doing? Thanks for having me.
I'm great. You're so welcome, girl. Go ahead.
Well, I've been in the music industry for 6 years. Prior to becoming Head A&R for Chuck D from Public Enemy, I worked for a former Universal executive. I'm also a songwriter, spoken word artist, author of a fiction suspense book, and entertainment advisor for a company called CIA.
Nice.
So, yes.
Nice.
So
you're pretty busy.
You know?
So you don't have any time to waste, and you find so much time to do positive things. That's pretty incredible.
Yes, that's important, to do positive things in the community and in our world today. That's so positive. You know, we got to be positive.
Now, could you tell us a little bit, and just to let the people know, Leeia has a clean music industry going on right now, a movement, where she's inside of the industry and she sees what this music is doing to our communities, and she is using her position to position herself in a way that she can provide clean music to our kids so that it's not negatively affecting us. Now, Leeia, how long have you been working on this clean music movement? What moment was it when you were like, you know what, I need to do something about this?
Well, I mean, I started the movement a few months ago, but, you know, since I years and working with different artists that produce music that's not positive, then that's when I started to think about, you know, something needs to change here. I know that I'm not going to be able to completely silence, artists that you know, that speak this, that sing this type of music, but I can bring awareness.
Yes, like bring an alternative for those who are also awake like you, where they can find clean music that's still good to listen to, still has really good beats, still has music that makes you say, but it's edifying to our spirits and not turning us down.
Exactly.
Now,
exactly.
How long have you been in A&R specifically?
I've been in A&R for about 3 years now.
That's nice. That's very nice.
Yes.
And what's your favorite part about being an A&R, and what areas do you think could use some work?
Well, I think the main part about being an A&R is it's exciting. It has its pros and cons, you know. So, but yet it's a rewarding position. I think I like the fact that when I can see an artist grow, and I can be a part of their career and see them, see them take off from the beginning, to the end. That just having the interaction with that artist, seeing them grow from a baby, on up to an adult in the music, that's rewarding. Mm-hmm. Yes.
What would be your greatest advice for someone that's listening that maybe wanted to be in this industry? Maybe they have a beautiful voice, or they rap, or they write. What would be your top advice for them to break into the industry and in a way that they're not vulnerable?
I think that, whether rapper or singer, I think that, don't go into the music, with a money mindset, because money mindset is a big downfall for a lot of artists today, up-and-coming artists. And, they have to go in it for the love of music, not for the love of money. because money don't come fast enough as in the beginning when you're fresh, right? You got to that money mindset is destroying a lot of people. Go in it for the love, treat your career like a business. It takes time for it to grow. That's important. Give it time for it to grow. Don't just make a few tracks or one video and sit back after that. You got to be active. You got to get followers. There's things that you need to be doing instead of just sitting back just in the studio making music. I mean, there's more to being an artist than just making music.
For sure. So. I like that. I like what you said. And I want to rewind a little bit so that we can expound on you saying don't focus on the money. And I think that is profound in a simple way, because when we think about the people that have gotten to the music industry and have lost their ways and are singing music that's destroying our communities, but they're making a profit from it, those people have a kind of mindset about the money and not necessarily about the art. Because when you care about the art, then you don't want to tear people down. So I think what Leeia is saying is have your mind right before you even enter those gates, because you have to be wise to handle what's going to come at you. And sometimes if somebody's going to hand you a big check, it's not worth it. It's worth it to keep your integrity than to accept things that we shouldn't be doing. Is that right?
You're exactly right. You're exactly right. It's a mirage. A lot of artists are looking at the red carpet. They're looking at TV.
Right.
But you don't know what those artists went through to get there. They went through hell.
Yes. And can we just take a moment to pause and let's really hear what she's saying? You do not know what these people have given to get what they have. You don't know how miserable they are when you no longer have a soul. Like Saul in the Bible, he was destroyed. He had no peace. Mm-hmm. The Spirit of God left him. So when we go through things and we take money over our souls, you're not happy. You pose for the camera to make it look good, but then you go home and you're lonely and you're tormented.
Exactly.
It's not worth it.
Exactly. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Don't be fooled. If artists are on the phone, don't be fooled by the mirage. Just don't be fooled by it, because there's a lot entails. Yeah, really.
That's right. And if anyone is listening to this right now and you have a family member, or maybe yourself, you want to get into music, or maybe you're already in that field and you need some guidance, I will give you the information to reach out to Leeia. She'll give you your email address so that you guys can communicate with her to see if it's something that you can work on. But you need a good team. Don't think that you can come into this industry by yourselves. Everybody needs their day ones. If you don't have any day ones, then your day twos are going to do everything that they can to take advantage of you, and they end up with more money than you do, and it's your talent. So you have to make sure that you're wise about the people that you have on our team. And Miss Leeia Henderson, she sees through it. This is a person that can help you not make decisions that will completely destroy the rest of your life.
Exactly. You just got to be very careful.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. No. You said you have to be very careful. Go ahead.
Yeah, you have to just be very careful, because there's a lot of fake labels out there that's reaching, just grabbing at up and coming artists, so be very careful. You really shouldn't have to put money into, being, a singer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's right. Are there any other red flags that they can look out for to know if a company is legitimate or not, besides them asking money, which is a big giveaway, guys? For sure, what she's saying, if someone is asking you for money, it's not legit, because your talent pays them. They're supposed to invest in you, not the other way around.
Exactly. They're supposed to invest in you, whether you're a model or whatever. I mean, you should never have to pay. Now there is companies. I mean, that like Spotify, iTunes. I mean, you got to put some money into it to upload. But when it comes to companies, they're looking for you. If I'm looking for you, I'm looking for you. I'm not going to ask you for money. I'm just going to bring you on. I'm going to sign you to our label, and then we work with percentages after that. So
that's good.
It's just plain. It's plain as day. There's nothing in between.
Good. Right, because when someone is serious about you, they'll take equity in your project instead of money up front. The equity is way longer than any one-time fee. So you need people that are serious and believe in you and are willing to work with you until you get to that breaking point, so everybody gets their reward.
Exactly. Yeah, you got to be careful, and don't go, as an artist, up and coming artist, you don't want to approach a label, talking about money right away, how much money I'll make and all this. That's not what it's about. I mean, you'll get cut off, instantly from talking about Yeah.
That's
You
right.
got to be careful.
So the reality is, guys, is if you're trying to sell your music outside of a trunk, that doesn't always work for people. Some people have made it happen, but that's a really tough road to go. But if you're in a position where you have no money and you're like, listen, this music thing is all I want to do, this is what I love, you still have to be smart. There are so many multi-level marketing companies out here that if you're popular and you're working hard for yourself, then you can make money on the side while you're focused on what matters to you. But don't you go into the industry thirsty and parched because you just might take a bite out of a poison apple. You have to be mindful.
Exactly. I mean, you're right. You're right on point with that.
Do you think?
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. You're fine.
Nope. I'm listening. Go ahead.
Just artists, just be careful. Just if you have any questions, you can always once we give you my information, you can always just reach out to me, and if you have any questions, I'm there for you.
Now, as far as the music industry is concerned, how big do you think the effects are in the negative music and our communities and what we see? What correlation do you think the two have?
I think that, first of all, what needs to change is the kind of music we are hearing today. It doesn't have substance. It's not conscious, but more about sex, drugs, and violence. And my movement for positive, clean music is to bring awareness concerning the vulgar and the inappropriateness music of our youth that our youth is listening to today. You know what I'm saying? It's important to me because it destroys our youth. With the way our world is today, we need positive music. But instead, we have rappers, rather they're major or just independent, not promoting. They're promoting sex and drugs and violence in their music, and it's shaping and it's not shaping our world for the better. They're making it worse.
Especially in our communities.
In our communities, and as being a legal nurse consultant, I know the mental effect on positive music has on a young person.
That's good.
It is.
What would you say to the parents out there that have children that maybe already are stuck on this music? Is there a way that they can rehabilitate what they like, or is there a way for them to just take it away and say no to this? You're not listening to these rappers that are not talking about anything, that are not edifying you, that are making you want to be a young punk and a young thug. I'm taking these from you. Is there a way, or would you think, a technique in being able to get the kids in our homes off of this music?
Well, I mean, probably not really. I mean, because, first of all, parents are supposed to be the first role models that, to our children.
Yes,
in the
that's
home.
So true.
And we know that today that the parent role is not really what it used to be. There are a lot of parents on drugs, and there's a lot of parents that are, not in the home. So it's kind of hard for a single mother or a single father to try to shape the minds of their kids these days. It's really hard. So, still do, the parenting thing, still try to do the positive thing with your child. Because, that's all you basically really can do is just say, look, this music is not the type of music I want in my home or in my car, with them. Just shut it out. But we know we don't have control of our kids once they leave our home. We don't have control what they're listening to. But you still need to instill that in your child.
That's so true. So you're saying that while they're living under your roof, don't allow it. You can't listen to this in my house. And when they get older, of course, they're going to do what they do. The Bible says, train up a child in the way that they should go. And that's so true. The only thing that we can do is teach them right from wrong. And we hope that when they leave our homes, they will remember that right from wrong. And if you do the right things, they will. They might go through some rough patches and they do things that you don't agree with, but they'll come back around as long as you impart the right things. But if you have a household that's full of music, Beyonce, Jay-Z, Kanye, all of these rappers, all of these people that sing about absolutely nothing, then the things that our kids are getting in their mind that it's okay to be shallow. It's okay not to be deep. I only have to think about this. I only have to think about that. Meanwhile, their little scientist mind doesn't have enough time to grow because they're stuck on wanting to be like a rapper. So it's very important that we start early. And I would say that if you have kids in your home right now that listen to music that they shouldn't, then you need to be the parent and take it and say, you cannot listen to this in my home. They are the child. You are the parent. And so at some point, you're not their friend. You're not their peer. You're supposed to be there to make sure that they don't get guided in the wrong way, and a part of that has to do with music. But I want to hear from you guys
Exactly.
at home that are listening. Do you have kids at home that listen to this music? Do you allow it? Do you like it? Do you not? Have you tried to take it from them? What were some of your best techniques? I really do want to hear from you guys because this is an epidemic that's in every single last one of our neighborhoods. Even kids in the suburbs want to know what GZ is talking about.
Exactly.
So
exactly.
we need to get together as a unit and talk about what's working and what's not and have the nerve to say no to our kids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Miss Shakena, I would like to ask Miss Leeia Henderson. I'm sorry,
Leeia
Miss Leeia.
Yeah, go ahead.
Miss Leeia, you an A&R rep, you say, for Chuck D?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What are you looking for? Are you looking for singers? Are you looking for rappers? Hip-hop artists? And also, what you looking for in them? Because I think that's just me. I think that a lot of artists, they want to get out, and they don't know how to really present themselves.
Exactly.
So, what are you looking for? What do they have to do in order to be, in order for somebody to take a second look at them?
Well, for one, we don't look. The thug look, the thug life is definitely out. If an artist is talking about like we talk about, if they're explicit, if they're talking about the N-word in their music, because that's a lot of N-word going on. We don't represent that. We don't represent explicit. We don't represent the N-word. So if an artist is but there's labels that do accept that, but we don't. Okay, so that's what we look for. We look at your outer appearance, how you carry yourself. We don't want the sagging pants. We want somebody that's presentable. That's conscious. We always looking for conscious artists. So if you're a conscious artist and you're speaking, something that's uplifting, something to change someone's life, that's what kind of artist that we want. Feel good music.
And,
Go ahead.
How can they put that music in a track form? If they are very talented, are there studios that people can go to get professional grade? Because I've heard a lot of music that doesn't really sound that good because of the team that they went to. So
exactly.
Is there a good way for them to get their music in a quality type of package to be able to present to A&Rs without looking like an amateur?
Well, today is hard for a lot of art. I understand it's hard for a lot of artists, up and coming artists, to put money into a professional studio. I know there's a lot of home studios that have a great program on their laptop, and it works fine. But it has to be the right program. It has to be it has to be close to professional. Could you maybe provide us with a list of all the right things to do, like what programs to use and so on, so that they can find this stuff themselves? Actually, most of them, most singers and writers know about it. And so, the producers, I can talk to my producers and ask them, some questions.
That's good.
Good.
Okay, that's perfect. John, do you have any more questions?
Yes, we have a caller.
Okay,
so you guys want to come in right now? But...
Yeah, caller, come on.
Okay, let me let him in. Caller, state your name and where you're calling from. Caller from 424. State your name and where you're calling from. Well, I guess they press 1 and they're not responding. So y'all can.
Maybe their thing isn't working. So Leeia, how many artists do you normally work with at one time?
Well, I do a lot of independent working. We already have set artists on the label Slam. That's what it's called, slamjams.com. We already have our artists that's been there for a while now. And so, but personally, I work with artists every day. So, I mean, it's like hundreds of artists that's inboxing me, for information to talk with me on the call, to get with them. This is every day. This is daily.
That's good. That's good. So if someone wanted to reach out to you, they wouldn't have a hard time getting a response from you?
No, not at all. Mm-mm.
That's great. Can you tell them what your email address is?
The email is theartrecordings@gmail.com.
Okay, and I will definitely put that up on our Facebook page so that you can find her and talk to her about any professional advice that you need. So I am aware of you being a vegetarian, so I want to shift gears so that we can talk about some healthy stuff. And when you first told me that, I shouldn't have been surprised because you're an awesome, authentic person. So I should have known that you were a vegetarian, but it was still interesting hearing that. So could you share with us how you got yourself to the vegetarian state and why you made that decision?
Well, I mean, of course, all of us have been eating meat all of our lives, and it's hard to give up meat.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it is. But as being a nurse, and seeing the health industry, people's health going down, people not eating right, people struggling with weight, people struggling with diabetes, high cholesterol, just seeing all this stuff, and it all pertains to not eating right. So I decided to just, shift to being a vegetarian because vegetarian, you have to eat more vegetables and more fruits. So, in a regular diet, they say, eat 5 fruits a day. But with vegetarians, vegans, and pescatarians, they have more vegetables and fruit in their diet. So, more water. And so I decided to just start, eating that way.
That's good. And what type of health
healthier
complications do you think people could avoid by becoming a vegetarian or at least slowing down, way down on the meat and dairy intake?
Obesity definitely is number one, because our world here, this nation here, America, is full of we're the worst. We're the worst country that has obesity and diabetes and cancer, and so all these things you can avoid all these things if you just eat right. That's
so
all
true.
you have to do. You can reverse your sickness.
That's so true. And that brings up a point, too. My family and I, we're on a healthy living track. We've had some sicknesses happening, and so we are absolutely going to be on the track of slowing down on the meat, way down on the meat, and putting healthier things into our body. And so, I just began to drink this tea that has completely helped to give me energy. I don't have any pains in my body. It completely detoxes everything. And sometimes you completely need to detox to be able to start a healthy living the right way. And so if there is anyone listening that is having any health problems, diabetes, arthritis, do you need energy? Do you need to lose weight? Do you just need a good detox? Reach out to our show, Uplifting Communities Ohio, the Facebook page and inbox, and I will share with you all how you can be able to take your life back into your hands. Too many of us are in a hospital. Is that why you decided to become a vegetarian, Leeia, because of the health implications of the nation?
Yes, that's why. That is definitely why. And my grandson's a vegan, and I'm trying to shift my other children, my family into that state of mind. It is a state of mind that you have to go into. I mean, it's step by step. But what you're talking about also will help. The tea that you're talking about will help. To boost that. To boost that. To get your health where it needs to be.
That's right. Get all of the toxins out of your body so that you don't crave pork and chicken and work out, don't drink. I think that especially within our community, within the African-American community, so many of us are overweight, high blood pressure. We are on insulin. We have cancers. We are we're in a high-risk nation. We're a high-risk nation because of what we're putting into our bodies. And a lot of the meats that we're eating are processed. And we are just going along with it, eating at these fast food restaurants that are not putting healthy things into our food. And as a result, we're dying early. And we're dying in ways that normal people don't have to die. We're like in the hospital. So if if you or anyone in your family needs to lose weight, or if you need to get healthy, now is the time to take action, because you don't want to lose your life early because you're being unhealthy. So reach out to us so that we can talk about that with you. Now, as working with Chuck D, I want to talk to you about, like, what Chuck D is like. So I know we all know him. Those of us that do know him from Public Enemy, and it's like a really intense group. And they talk about all these political things, and they're so strong. And there was this voice when there was so much craziness going on. So I would like to know, like, what Chuck D is like as a person working with him. Is he high-strung all the time, or is he laid back, and is he still fighting the power?
Yes, he is laid back. He's laid back, but I mean, you probably would think that he's not laid back because of his political, the way he speaks in his music.
Right. He seems like he's just super testosterone all the time.
No, but I mean, he's really a cool person. He's really laid back,
That's awesome.
Yeah, but that voice is just, his voice, is very powerful. It's, he speaks, the realness. You have to love working with him. I learned a lot from working with him too. I learned a whole lot. And it's continuing learning, just continuing with him, with learning, this and that, about this world, and about the music. I mean, you can never stop learning about the industry. It's so wicked, it's just really wicked. And artists need to be careful. Just be careful. Just keep your eyes open.
Can we talk a little bit more about the wickedness? Because I think that there's a lot of sidebar, there's a lot of Illuminati conversation, there's a lot of these conversations about people selling their souls happening, but these conversations are happening from people that don't really know anything about the industry, people that have never been inside of the industry. So as a person who is inside of the industry, how true are these claims of people selling their souls and these evil people tracking them down?
It's very true. It's very true. I mean,
wow.
It's whatever you think and whatever you heard is true. And so, that's why I'm telling artists right now to stop thinking, because money it draws you. The lights and the red carpets, all that draws you in. And so once you're in, then you're not your own. Because Prince talked about this. That's why he wrote "Slave" on his cheek. Because this was he was trying to get the message out that, now that he, in the beginning, they never knew him, Michael Jackson. They never knew what they were getting into. But once they found out years later what they were getting into, then it was too late.
Yeah, you're so right. So it's like,
yeah,
I'm sorry,
horrible.
Go ahead.
No, it's horrible. It's just horrible.
So it's like people see the flashing lights and the red carpet and the trips and the money and the chains and the gold and the cars, and they completely lose any boundaries for right and wrong, that they just will do anything. And you're saying that later on they realize exactly what that cost was. Exactly.
And they told us. I mean, they're not just making this up. People need to listen to what they were saying, okay? And so, as an independent artist, there's a lot of underground artists that are doing just fine. They're doing just fine because they're not lazy. They're pushing themselves. They got their fans. You don't have to be signed to a label to make it.
That's right.
You really don't.
You just have to want it bad enough and work hard.
Exactly.
That's good.
So
that's good. So if you are tuning in and you have something to say on the topic, whether you're an artist or you know someone that is, and what their road has been like, have you met anyone that's been able to make it on the independent side, or do you feel like everybody has to go sign that big contract? And let us know. Let us know what you're thinking, because we have a lot of people saying a lot of things in our community, but we have an expert on the line right now that is absolutely in the industry and knows what's going on. So it's important that we take heed to what she's saying, and if you have some questions, just come on and ask. Now, for the independent artists that you have seen being successful, what, besides their work ethic, what is different about them than the artists that don't make it?
Like I tell artists that I talk to all the time, don't be lazy. Okay, you can't be lazy in this. I tell them that the label is there for the lazy artists. They'll do all the work that you don't want to do. If you just do the work that the labels do, you will make it. So
it's a matter of finding out what the labels do. So how can someone that's interested in this industry make themselves knowledgeable in what they need to do on the label perspective?
Well, basically, artists today are not stupid. Okay, I mean, it's just like the internet. I mean, everything's there. You can read it. You can read up on it. You can buy a book on it. I mean, you got to educate yourself. You know, but most of the artists today know about what it takes. They just don't want to do it. That's what I'm saying. You can't be lazy in trying to, towards your career that you're, in your career what you're trying to do. You have to. It's like any career. You don't have to be a singer or artist. It could be anything. You could be wanting to be a doctor, a lawyer, or whatever. You still have to go to school. You still have to learn. You still got to do what it takes to get there.
That's good. That's good advice, guys.
Yes.
That's good advice, guys. So while she's there, everybody on this call is going to be in a different situation. We all go through trials. We all have financial situations that we have to overcome sometimes. And what she's saying is, in order to be successful at what you want to do, what you need to do to take you out of that situation or whatever your dream is, you have to stick to it. You have to decide that no matter how many people say no or no matter how many bad days you have, you keep going. Whether you want to go to law school, you want to own a business, you want to be a bar owner, whatever the case is, it's going to take some dedication, especially for you artists, because you have a lot of competition.
Exactly. That's good.
So,
go
ahead, Mr. Brown.
Yes, this question is from Miss Leeia. Miss Leeia, I know a lot of artists, they financially strapped, Let's say you see a good artist, a really good artist, that you can work with and really do something with. What type of money this artist would need, let's put the question this way. What type of money most artists would need in order to go under your label?
We don't ask for money. That's the whole thing about. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of labels that do, and it doesn't. I don't understand it because when you're looking for a certain artist or a model or whoever they are, they're trying to get into the industry. They don't have to pay. This is what I'm saying. This has been a lie for decades that you have to pay to become a singer, to be signed with a label, or a rapper to be signed with a label. That's not true. It's not true.
So that's good. That's good that you're busting that open so that our callers understand that you really shouldn't be paying any money for a label to do business with you. That's a scam. They are the ones with the money that give you money to do your job. But if you're going to do the independent route, then you have to make your own money, which is possible, but you have to have a strategy and a hustle.
That's right. And there is a system that for distribution, people have to pay for distribution, away from the label. There is companies that do that. Yeah, you have to pay them. It's like, like me as being an author, I had to pay the company to do my book. I mean, there is certain companies you have to pay, but not to be signed as an artist.
Yeah, that's good. So, Mr. Brown, do you have any other questions?
No, I wanted to get this clear because we have a board filled. There's quite a few people on here, okay, and it's people from Louisiana, Mississippi. I don't know where this, and because they under the impression, a lot of them probably under the impression that, when you sign with a label, okay, that you have to pay so much money for the advertisement, for them to go perform and things of that nature.
No.
Mm-mm. No, it doesn't matter if the major labels. Everybody knows that, whether it's Universal, whether it's Epic, or whoever it is. I mean, if they're coming after you and they want you, they'll do all that. Okay, I mean, they'll do all that. So I mean, your job as an artist is to create a product that people want to buy from you. Exactly. I mean, you have to have the right legal team. Yeah, you're going to work hard. I mean, the artist is going to work hard. This day and night stuff here. This is like breathing, tears, and you're going to have to work for what the label is doing for you. I mean, there's no sitting back. You're not your own. Okay?
Yeah.
You're going to have to do what needs to be done. So, I mean, back in the day, they used to, give you a loan, per se. It's actually a loan. They used to give you money to do the things you need to do, but actually that still was connected to the label, of course. Them giving you a loan, that means you're still going to have to do what, they ask you to do. You're going to have to make that money back somehow. So, I mean, you got to be careful with that. Somebody going to give you a loan, well, you're going to have to work to pay that money back. You're going to have to work hard for it.
That's great. So, yeah, that's good. John, do you need any clarification?
No, that's clear enough.
Perfect. Now, Leia, I want to talk food with you. Like, you guys on the show will learn that I'm a foodie. I love business, and I'm going to have a lot of people that come on the show to talk about these things so that we can get new recipes and great business ideas so that we can enhance our lives. Throughout your vegetarian journey, do you have any favorite recipes that taste really good and are healthy?
My Boost smoothie is what, I mean, I do smoothies every morning before anything, so, I mean, it's called Boost Smoothie, and it calls for 1 organic apple, 1 organic banana, half a cup of organic black and blue and strawberries, so all the berries, and half a cup of organic kale, and 1 cup of almond or coconut milk blended with ice. And
now,
yes, that's awesome.
That's great. So it gives you energy in the morning. That's how you start your day.
That's right. Well, actually, you're actually supposed to drink a glass of water before you put anything in your stomach. So, and because that gets everything running and going, it wakes up your body, it wakes up all your organs, and so drink a glass of water, not cold water, but tap water, and then wait about a few minutes, and then you can do the smoothie, and you'll feel great. You will feel so energetic. You will feel so clean and pure. I mean, for the people, this is what they need to do, every day to get well. They need to do. This is what whether they're on, chemo, whether they're on, whatever they're on. Your body needs this because it's a lot of benefits to all the berries that you're eating. There's benefits to that.
That's so good. So basically what Leeia is saying is that if you are sick in your body, in whatever that means, cancer, diabetes, high blood pressure, whatever is ailing you, if you would intake more things from the earth, you will get better. You see, we continue to go to these doctors, and they give us prescriptions that make us worse, and they're expensive. Mm-hmm. And then we don't even get better. But if we start eating fruits and vegetables and nuts and getting supplements and making smoothies, then you will begin to see a difference in your body. Too many of us are dying too early and too young because we don't want to take care of ourselves. And that's a silly way to lose your life. So it's never too late for us to change. How long have you been doing your smoothie?
I've been doing them since January of this year.
Okay. So what are the major differences that you have noticed since you have been taking the smoothies every morning versus when you didn't?
Less tired, not tired, more energy. That's when I do a smoothie, I feel great. I feel wonderful.
That's good.
If people, the FDA has lied to a lot of people, and people need to be aware of the FDA, of all these medicines. It's all a money machine. We're guinea pigs, for the FDA. It's just, you got to be careful with this stuff. I mean, try to get well so you won't have to take the pills. Just try to get well, and it all starts with eating right.
That's so true. That's so true. I've been seeing a lot of documentaries lately talking about the FTC, and how they're not really regulating anything. They're accepting money from companies that are selling us things. And so we are no longer on the days where we can just trust what people say, and you can't just trust it because you can buy it in the store. We have to be willing to do our own research on what ingredients are on things, what it's doing to people, and reject it. Because once we reject that and we start adding in more of what God created, then we won't have to be paying all this money to get better, even though we're not even really getting better. So the bottom line is, for those of you on this line that want to get healthy, the idea of getting healthy is not diet pills. The idea of getting healthy is not taking supplements that are not 100% from the earth. The idea is for us to stop putting these things in our body that were never meant to be in our body. They're genetically modifying our foods so that they can sell to the masses. So they're injecting our meats with things. It's ridiculous. And if we don't start to make a change, they're going to succeed in what they're trying to do right now, which is kill a lot of people. Why else would they allow these things to happen? Poison in water and hormones in food. We have to pay attention and reject what most people are doing. And so what Leeia is saying about being a vegetarian and the blendering and all of those things, in my family and I, next week we're going to start doing exactly what you're doing. Kale, spinach, some pineapple, strawberries, everything in the blender first thing in the morning. That's what my kids are going to get for breakfast even, because the things are affecting our kids too, you know?
Exactly. Eating right is the best way. We've been eating wrong for so many years. It's time to eat right. So you can live longer. People say we're going to die anyway. I says, well, I want to die healthy.
Yeah, right, right. I don't want to be bogged down and slow. Like 2 days ago, I went to the grocery store and I spent about $200 just on fruit. So when my kids want snacks and we want to nibble on little things, girl, we go eat bananas. Like it has to be serious, because now health is physically affecting me. I'm 32 years old, and so I have no choice but to take it serious. And it's unfortunate that it had to get to here for me to take it serious, but now that I know what it is, we have to sound the alarm, because too many of us are spending time in these hospitals. Enough.
Oh, my gosh. It's horrible. I see so many people needing help, in the hospitals. I worked in hospitals. I already know what it looks like, okay? I already know what it looks like. So if whoever's on the call, if you want to talk to me, you can reach me out on LinkedIn, or you can reach me out on Facebook, you can reach me on Twitter. You can always just talk to me about if you want to talk about your health.
Yep, that's good. And you guys remember that she's a legal nurse. So that means that she is certified, board from the state to participate in medical healing, and she knows the legalities of it. So this is someone that can absolutely help you in your health journey, even in what she's doing now. I think that it's unrealistic to say that everybody will become a vegetarian, but you don't have to become a complete vegetarian to be healthy, but you do have to make changes. You have to put that candy down, stop scarfing down those donuts, don't eat so much steak, ground beef. Like, we have to make conscious decisions. Buy more vegetables, buy more fruit. Make sure that your kids are doing it. Our kids are even becoming obese. I see so many little chunky kids.
Oh, my gosh. Oh, yeah.
It breaks my heart. Those little kids are now being picked at school.
It's horrible. It's just horrible. People have to wake up. You only got one body. Your body's your temple. You need to take care of it.
Yeah. And when our kiddos are not healthy so young, that's bad. They're going to get talked about and not be healthy.
Right. So do what it takes to get healthy. Just start walking. You don't have to pay money to go to a gym. You can just walk.
That's right.
30 minutes a day. Or get on the floor and do your stretches. You don't have to pay for everything. You can do things, right at home.
That's so true. Mr. Brown, do you have anything to add?
Yeah. I remember I was watching a comedy show with Chris Rock. And Chris Rock, I had from this one. He said a person would die with high blood pressure, and after the burial, they go to the repast, and they got ham, steak, and it caused that. And it made me think, and it's the truth. That's all I wanted to say.
Yeah, that's so true. And you bring up a good point, because we learned our bad eating habits from our parents, and our parents learned them from their parents, and so on. We are so used to eating pig feet and nostrils. That's weird. We put the chitlins down. Why are you eating chitlins? They stink, and they're a disgusting texture, so that should tell you how negative it is. But it's like we're still eating the same way we were when we were slaves. Because imagine, when we were slaves, we weren't eating fresh off the table. It wasn't no chicken wings and steak. No. You're going to go make something out of the scraps, right? You're going to go make something out of what the white man didn't want to eat, which is pig nose, pig feet. They don't eat that stuff, but we do. And it's killing us. We got to just put it down. It's not worth it. We have all these big mamas getting amputated legs and feet. Big
That's
mama
horrible.
that want to make Sunday, she makes a big meal every Sunday full of nothing but pork, and now she's sick.
Oh,
so now it's
horrible.
for the younger generation to go to Big Mama and say, hey, drink this shake. No, put down that pork. Eat this vegetable. Eat this fruit. Because if we don't start retraining our minds and retraining our generation, we're going to stay sick.
Yeah, and that's what the FDA wants.
Yeah, oh, my God, don't it? I'm trying to tell you, listen, guys, I don't mean this any offensively. If anybody on this call lives in a hood, that doesn't mean I don't love you. I love you. I know what a hood is like, and I've lived in the hoods before. But let me tell you what I don't do. I don't buy water and food in the projects. Because when we all live in a certain community, then it's easier for us to hurt us during the masses. So I don't just go to corner stores to buy food. I go to those white neighborhoods. Even if I lived in the hood, I'd still go to the white neighborhoods to buy water because it's less likely that they're doing anything to their stuff. But look at Flint, Michigan, and how we don't say anything about it anymore, but they're struggling.
They're poisoning. Yeah, they're poisoning the black community. Yes.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, they are indeed. And if anyone is listening to this phone call and you are shocked, I need you to wake up today. This will never be our country. We're walking around our captors. The people that we're walking around, their ancestors enslaved our ancestors. This land will never belong to us. So we can't walk around like it is. You got to be mindful.
Yes, you got to wake up.
You do. You can't forget that if people completely slaughtered you and stole you and put you into a land that's not yours. And now we wonder why in 2017 we still have police officers doing anything. And if you guys don't know it, you need to know it today. The medical field is killing us too.
It's all their plan. So it's their plan. And it's the plan. It's the plan.
Yes. And we are going to use Uplifting Communities Talk Show Ohio to ring the alarm. It is so important that our communities know what's in front of us, because if you don't know what your enemy is and how to avoid it, you're going to walk right into a trap, like eating meat all the time, like eating pork all the time.
And the fast food industry is huge.
Oh, my God. McDonald's.
Yeah.
I can't believe people still stop at McDonald's to eat. I'm surprised McDonald's is still open for business, legitly.
I would never. I'm done. I would never, ever eat fast food again. I mean, there's nothing there for me to really eat, you know. So, but, apple pies, salad, we can do that. But, but there's nothing there for me to eat. Right, but many of us are still stopping at McDonald's and getting our kids Happy Meals. That's killing our kids. Those French fries don't break down. That ground beef doesn't break down. It's not real. It's not real.
Nope. You can leave. You can go buy a Big Mac meal today and set it on your on top of your TV and leave it there for 6 months, and it's still going to be there. It doesn't break down. Doesn't do anything.
The bread will be hard, but the meat will still be right there. That's right.
Right. Still be right there. Like, what the heck? Why do I still have a whole hamburger?
I encourage people to go to Netflix and watch What the Health. What the Health will change your life. Yes. Go to Netflix and watch What the Health. That is what caused me to want to go down the vegetarian track, because I have something going on with my thyroid, and there's a black woman on there that had thyroid cancer, and she said that once she switched to a plant-based living, her thyroid cancer went away. Exactly. That's all it is, because your body has to be between 7 and 14 alkaline state. And so when your body's full of acid, and this is what's causing inflammation and sicknesses in the body. 7 is fine. Wow. Once you can get to 7, but people say, well, I mean, how can you find out? Well, you need to have a doctor, yes, in order to do the blood work to find out where your acid levels are. Right. You know. You go to the doctor to find out what's wrong with you, and then you go find a natural way to take care of it. Exactly. But when we start letting them cut on us, so like I went to the doctor about 2 months ago, and they advised me that I would need surgery on my thyroid. They want to cut into my throat. And if I allow them to do that, then I'm gonna have to be on a thyroid pill for the rest of my life to help balance out the surgery. I'm not gonna do that. Oh no! So you want me to go under surgery and then have to take your pill the entire life? And check this: a side effect of the pill that they want to give me lowers my white blood cells. Oh my gosh! No, you don't want to do that. When you have
Exactly. Right. Low or too high white blood cells is HIV-type symptoms, leukemia. Will completely wipe out your immune system. But this is what they're telling me is good for me, and you want to give me surgery and make me weaker and then break me down even more? I reject that. No thanks.
No, you don't need it. Just eat healthy. I'm telling you, once you start eating healthy, because you don't want to eat iceberg lettuce. You have to eat, the greenest leafy, lettuce there is.
I just bought a spinach. I got a spinach and kale. That's what we're making our salad with.
You want to eat that because it has all the benefits in it. A lot of people think that you don't even have to take a vitamin a day. All the vitamins are in the plant food. That's what God, He has it that way. And so if you eat that stuff and you put that stuff in your body's going to love it. That's what your body is calling for. They don't want all this greasy food. The body don't need greasy food inside of it.
That's awesome.
It doesn't want it. It doesn't want it.
That's right. Anyway, I wanted to say something to the audience. We only got 9 minutes left on the show, so if you guys want to ask Leeia or Shakena a question, press 1, okay, so I can let you in. All right, so y'all hurry up and do it. And Shakena, one more question with you. Not Shakena, Leeia. Your artists, do you guys suggest their diet to them?
No, we don't. I'm the only one. I'm the only one that presses it because I'm a nurse and everything. But I do post it up on on my social medias about health. So of course the artists are going to see it. It's up to them if they want to do it.
Yes. And then the reality is if anyone on this show has a question for her about health, you can ask. She's a nurse and she's an A&R, so she can answer your music questions and she can handle your health questions. She's such an amazing person to have for wisdom. So you guys make sure that you reach out to her for your questions so that she can help you. Mr. John, do you have anything else?
No.
Okay, so I want to take these last couple minutes to ask you guys if you know about what happened with Kevin Hart. Have you heard about it, Mr. Brown, or you, Leeia?
No, I haven't.
Mr. Brown, did you say no?
No. We do have a caller.
Oh, yeah, let's take the caller, and then I'll let you guys know what happened with Mr. Kevin Hart.
Oh, okay.
Hi, my name is Rachel.
Go ahead.
Hello, caller.
Hi, my name is Rachel. I'm calling from Tennessee.
Hey, Rachel.
Hi. Yes, I was calling about the comment that he was making about the high blood pressure.
Uh-huh.
We have to be very careful about high blood pressure because stress is a silent killer.
Yes.
And with all these, they want us to be involved with all these race wars and stuff like that to keep us stressed out. We need to seek inner peace as well as seeking being more healthier.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So you're saying that and to make sure that you're keeping your blood pressure down, don't get caught up into what's going on in the world.
Exactly. Because that's what they want us to do. They want us to continue to be in at each other for our stress levels to be so high, and it's a number one killer, and we need not to get involved with all of that.
That's really good. So we keep our faith in God, we read our word, and we hear what God says about things instead of getting bent out of shape about what we're seeing in front of us. That's really good, Rachel.
Absolutely.
So true, Rachel. That is so true.
Actually, guys, Rachel's my mom. I didn't really know how to play this. I'm like, gosh, should I say that's my mom? But this is my mom. Thank you for that comment.
Okay.
That was really, really good. Yeah.
Awesome. Mm-hmm. Nice to meet you.
Well, thank you. Nice meeting you. And I enjoyed the show very much.
Well, thank you, Mom. I completely appreciate your support and your comment. We really thank you for that.
Awesome.
You're welcome. Yeah, have a blessed evening.
Thank you. You too, Mom.
You too. Thank you.
That was a really good comment. But yeah, we do have to make sure that we don't get overwhelmed by rumors of war and all these things that we're seeing going on in this time, and keep our peace and be wise about what we're doing. Be wise about the decisions that we make, and we'll be okay. But we got to wake up so that we can do those things.
Exactly. It all goes health, mind, body, and soul. Mm-hmm.
Yes. We can only really be healthy if all of those things are healthy.
Right. Amen.
So I wanted to take the last couple of moments to, the callers probably have heard about this. It's quite popular with Kevin Hart, and I want to take the situation to just add some wisdom. But unfortunately, it's been all over the tabloids and everything about Kevin Hart recently cheating on his new wife. And he was married before to a woman, Tori, and he divorced Tori to marry his mistress. And now that his mistress is his wife, she's like 8 months pregnant or something, and she just found out that her very popular husband cheated on her, and now it's all over the news. And a lot of people have comments. A lot of people have comments on this situation for him and her, but I just wanted to add some perspective to it. So we have to be careful that we are not sleeping with married people, because those are unrighteous decisions. So when you cheat on a person and they're married and then that person leaves their wife to marry you, you can't expect to have a happily ever after. We have to be very careful about the positions that we play. So when married men come and they want to be interested, don't do it, because that married man will never be your husband. And if he does decide to be your husband, he's going to treat you just like he treated his wife. So I want to leave the show with some last words of staying righteous even when it's not popular. You don't have to fornicate. You don't have to sleep with people that you shouldn't sleep with. You can pause, live your life, and wait for God to send you the right person. Because when you don't do that, then you're in violation. And when you're in violation, you leave yourself open to all kinds of things to happen, and it's not worth it. We have too many single parents going on out here because we're not wanting to really raise a family. And I just want to let everyone know that's listening that it is okay to wait for your spouse. In fact, that's what we're supposed to do. But we're living in a world where anything goes, but we cannot live that way. So I just ask that everyone uses wisdom moving forward in their relationships. If you're not already married and you're single, be wise. Otherwise, you're not going to enjoy what's to come from it. Those heartaches are real, and it has to do with our decision-making.
Amen.
Well, we have 3 minutes on the show, so Ms. Shakena, you can start closing us out.
Yes. Well, I want to thank you all for tuning in to Uplifting Communities, Ohio. Next week, we're going to have a guest to talk to us about business and give us some business tips and strategies. Keep following us on social media at Uplifting Communities on Facebook, and we will keep you in tune on what we have going. I want to thank everyone for listening. Tell your friends about it. Share all of our posts as they come up on social media. Let us know what information you want, what people you want us to interview on the show, and we will make sure that we give you what you need. You guys just let us know.
All right. Nice talking to you guys.
Yeah, Leia, you want to close the people out and let them know how they can find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Zillion, ZILLION 1. You can find me on LinkedIn, and you can find me on Facebook under Leeia Henderson.
All right, and that email address one more time?
You mean the Twitter account?
The email address.
Oh, the email. The art recordings with an S, the art recordings at gmail.com.
Good. And you guys can find me on Facebook at Shakena Robinson, or you can find me on LinkedIn at Shakena Robinson, or you can find the page at Uplifting Communities, Ohio. Thank you for listening in, and we look forward to talking to you soon. John, do you have any last words?
Yes, thank you, Ms. Leeia, for coming on the show, and thank the listeners. And, I mean, this was a powerful show. And the only thing God bless all of you all. And good night.
Bye-bye. Good night.
All right, guys. Good night.
Look, at Carl's Jr., we think that if you're hungry and you have $5, you deserve a satisfying meal, like one of our new $5 All-Star meals, loaded with American classics like a charbroiled double cheeseburger, hot dog, fries, drink, even a warm cookie. But hey, if that's not your thing, you can always break out your degree in menu engineering, piece something together from the other guy's value menu. Or just swing by Carl's Jr. and get yourself a real meal. The $5 All-Star Meals. There's no better way to spend $5. Price of participation may vary. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Tax not included. Look, at Carl's Jr., we think that if you're hungry and you have $5, you deserve a satisfying meal. Like one of our new $5 All-Star Meals, loaded with American classics like a charbroiled double cheeseburger, hot dog, fries, drink, even a warm cookie. But hey, if that's not your thing, you can always break out your degree in menu engineering, piece something together from the other guy's value menu. Or just swing by Carl's Jr. and get yourself a real meal. The $5 All-Star Meals. There's no better way to spend $5. Price of participation may vary. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Tax not included.